Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Muhammad Ramadan dengan NPM 264111094. Hari ini saya akan menjelaskan tentang prinsip-prinsip aktivitas ekonomi dan keunggulan komparatif dalam perdagangan. Materi ini berfokus pada dua konsep ekonomi yang penting. Pertama, kita akan membahas prinsip-prinsip ekonomi yang menjelaskan mengapa aktivitas ekonomi terkonsentrasi di wilayah-wilayah tertentu. Kedua, kita akan mempelajari keunggulan komparatif, comparative advantage, yaitu prinsip yang menjelaskan mengapa negara berspesialisasi dalam memproduksi barang jasa tertentu, serta bagaimana perdagangan internasional memberikan manfaat bagi semua pihak. Di, di akhir presentasi ini, saya berharap kalian akan memahami bagaimana prinsip-prinsip tersebut mempengaruhi keputusan bisnis, membangun ekonomi dan perdagangan internasional.
Let's begin with the principles of economic activity. Economic activity does not occur evenly in every region. Some areas become industrial centers, while others focus on agriculture, tourism, or mining. According to this principle, the location of economic activities depends on several important factors. The first factor is natural resources. Areas with fertile land are suitable for agriculture, while regions rich in minerals often develop mining industries. The second factor is infrastructure. Good roads, ports, airports, and communication. Networks make it easier for businesses to transport goods and connect with customers. Another factor is population. Businesses prefer locations with a large labor force and many consumers because they can easily find workers and sell their products. The final factor is technology and innovation. Regions with advanced technology usually experience faster economic growth because businesses can produce goods more efficiently. These factors work together to determine where companies decide to establish factories, offices, or other business activities. Understanding these factors helps governments and businesses make better investment decisions and promote regional economic development. Now let's look at a real-life example. One of Indonesia's largest industrial centers is Cikarang, located in West Java near Jakarta. Cikarang has become an important chemical manufacturing hub because of: first, its strategic location provides easy access to major ports and airports, making transportation and product distribution much more efficient. Second, Cikarang has excellent infrastructure, including highways and logistics facilities. Third, the area has access to a large labor force, making it easier for companies to recruit skilled and unskilled workers. Because of these advantages, many multinational companies have established factories in Cikarang. For example, companies in the automotive, electronics, food, and pharmaceutical industries operate there. The concentration of industries creates a positive cycle. More companies create more jobs. More jobs attract more workers. More workers increase local demand for housing and other services. As a result, Cikarang continues to grow as one of Indonesia's most important economic centers. This example clearly demonstrates how natural resources, infrastructure, population, and business investment influence the distribution of economic activities. Comparative advantage: goods or services that it can produce. Instead, it only needs to produce goods more efficiently relative to other products. And everyone benefits through trade. This principle explains why countries berbuntu continue trading with one another even if one country appears to be more productive overall, to focus on its strengths while importing products that are more expensive to produce domestically. China is one of the world's largest producers of electronic products such as smartphones, computers, televisions, and many other electronic devices. Although some developed countries have more advanced technology, China still has a comparative advantage because of its relatively low production costs. Several factors contribute to this advantage. China has a large workforce, an efficient manufacturing system, and a well-developed supply chain. As a result, companies can produce electronic goods at lower costs. Countries such as the United States and many European nations import electronic products from China because importing is often cheaper than producing them domestically. Meanwhile, those countries focus their resources on industries where they have such as advanced technology, software development, finance, and research. This specialization allows all countries involved to gain from international trade. Consumers enjoy lower prices. Businesses become more efficient. And economic growth increases. To conclude, today's presentation has introduced two important economic concepts. First, we learned that economic activity is influenced by factors such as natural resources, infrastructure, population, and technological innovation. These factors explain why some regions become major centers of industry and business. Countries should specialize in producing goods with lower opportunity costs and trade with other countries. This specialization increases efficiency, improves productivity, and creates mutual benefits for everyone involved. Understanding these principles helps businesses choose better locations. Governments design effective economic policies, and countries strengthen international trade relationships.
Demikianlah akhir materi dari saya. Terima kasih atas perhatian teman-teman sekalian. Saya berharap materi kali ini dapat membantu kalian memahami lebih baik prinsip-prinsip aktivitas ekonomi dan keunggulan komparatif dalam perdagangan. Saya akhiri, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.